Your question's your money, and if you want to take your money to start a business, that's what we're here to answer. Let's get to an email. Steve writes, how do I know what businesses will survive in this economy? John, you're busy.
I'm doing technology, man. I'm doing technology.
Doing deals. Dan, how do you know?
Yeah, well,
that's a critical question.
It is. It's a very critical question. Okay, first of all, we know that when you take your business online, you can expand your reach beyond the United States. Obviously, you have a global market immediately. So that's the very first thing you should always consider doing, even if you have a brick and mortar store. The second thing is there are certain areas that are still doing very well. The service sector. People are looking for deals. You could simply create a website that offers coupons where you're getting a kickback for every time a product is sold, for example. So do your homework. First of all, though, find out what you are passionate about, and then figure out how to, or what you need, like in the case of maybe spot remover in John's case. Figure out what it is that you love to do, and then go out and do a little bit of market research, just a little bit, and then just go for it. And the best,
in a market where the banks are closed, you need to do things that don't use capital. You don't have working capital. Most people think
give me an idea.
Most people think Bill Gates is going to show up and give you venture capital. Something. It don't happen that way. You sell a used car, you get $2,000, you go in your garage and you start something. Sal, what did you start with? What was your bankroll or your working capital?
Well, it all started with the idea. You have to come up with an idea, and you have to believe in your product. And I have to take a step back, because I worked for the Port Authority, and I did 21 years with the Port Authority, and I felt...
They let you out for good behavior, or...?
Let me off on good behavior.
Yeah.
But I just always had that creativity and wanted to do more and apply myself and do something different, and come out with my own product. And so the last few years of working for the Port, I kind of did all my homework and investigation, and I felt that the market
you can
was
work
really
while
missing.
you're working for somebody else.
But that's a great point. You know, you have a job.
Right.
Especially people called in earlier, said, I'm not sure I'm going to keep my job. That's when you start thinking about Plan B.
Absolutely.
This is an interesting story, though.
But people criticize government workers and government jobs. But before
I got off my butt. I believed in my product, and I went for it. It was very difficult. It's not easy starting your own company, and like we were talking about financing.
How many bucks did you have in your pocket when you started?
I didn't have a whole lot. I had some dollars, but, you know, the bulk of the money came from my home, and I took the gamble. I took the risk.
Congressman, one thing I want to bring you in here, though. Do you worry that this spirit, is it still alive? Will it stay alive even through these tough times? The spirit of just going out and doing your own thing in this country.
I think the spirit will always be alive, because that's what America is all about. But I was going to answer your first question as to, you know, which companies will survive. The cynical answer, of course, to that, which I'm a little bit cynical, is the industries that have the best lobbyists in Washington. And so if you're trying to say where you're going to invest or what have you, just read the Wall Street Journal, read some of the OpenSecrets.com or what have you, and you see the industries that are doing best with the bailouts, the industries that are doing best right now are the ones that are, you know, have the huge best lobbyists down in D.C. Fortunately, in your case, you didn't need a lobbyist. You were able to just take either a mortgage out of your house or something like that to come up with the money, and that's really the way to go.
That was just sad.
But the upside is, in situations like this, a lot of times the innovators, this is when the innovators come out. So keep your questions coming. Call us at 877-249-9626, or you can email us at feedback@foxbusiness.com. We got small business pros here for you. We'll be right back.